Let's talk about cultivating obsession. So this is just something I've been thinking about for the past few days. Currently driving back home from work, so let's get into it. So when it comes to cultivating obsession, what I mean is your ability to pursue your passion in a certain thing kind of relentlessly. And to cultivate that, which means to grow your passion for your obsession or your obsession for your passion. That's what I mean. You kind of need to figure out how you want to do that. Because if you don't do that, you will have a half-assed obsession with your passion, and being half-assed about anything isn't going to give you the results that you actually want. So let's get into this with how you go about cultivating the space for you to have your obsession. So first and foremost, what I would say is you genuinely need to have the discipline to cut out practically every other form of practically every form of entertainment or anything that gives you instant gratification or dopamine hits. Like, if you scroll heavily on social media, it's going to make it very difficult for your brain to obsess over your passion because you're giving it cheap dopamine to the point where you won't have the energy or the mental capacity to think about your obsession because you've literally used all of it on just pointless scrolling. This can be applied to anything, any form of bad habit that you have, which gives you instant gratification, or your dopamine is just getting fried. It is taken away from your ability to be obsessed with anything. For me, for example, I personally like anime. I like anime, I like gym, and I like YouTube in terms of like consuming that sort of stuff. So basically, what I have started to do is I haven't started a new anime. I haven't really been consuming too much content on YouTube. And even when it comes to gym content itself, I don't really consume that. Yes, it's entertaining, but the issue is when I begin to consume these sort of contents, or even playing games, for example, I used to be a big, sorry about that, not advocate, I used to be a gamer, I used to have a gaming channel, so I used to really enjoy playing Warzone and stuff like that with my friends. But at that point in time, it was cool because that is what I was working towards, so playing it allowed me to be obsessed with it. But now in this current point in time where I'm working on myself and trying to become a better version of myself, me playing Warzone, me starting a new anime, or any of those things, I'm not saying you should completely abstain from these end all be all. If you have the ability to, for example, I still watch anime which releases every weekend on the Sunday. I watch one or two episodes and that's me back to normal. It doesn't take my mind away from it because I know there's nothing I can do to make the next episode come out faster. I just go focus on my life, carry on building what I'm building. But the reason why I don't start anything new or start playing games again is simply because when you start to do those things which giving you dopamine outside your obsession, your thoughts outside of when you're not doing that thing, like for example, playing that game, will be about the game. For example, you'll be having a shower. Shower thoughts, a lot of people speak about this. So your shower thoughts will become whatever that new show you're watching is. Maybe it always leaves on a cliffhanger. So you're going to wonder what's happening in the next episode. When you're playing the game, you're going to be like, how can I beat this level? How can I become better at whatever skill you can become better at in the game? And when it comes to gym, you just end up watching. I just watch gym content because I just find it cool to just know stuff about it. That, in a sense, can be good because if I am making gym related content, I guess it allows me to broaden my viewpoint so I can give better perspective on that when I'm speaking about it. But yeah, so that's how you cultivate it. Basically, have the discipline to cut out majority of your distractions and really lock in. But do not do it to a point where it's not sustainable. You want it to be sustainable to a point where you find enjoyment in your obsession, but also you can partake in those activities without feeling like it's a completely bad thing. Because if you told me I can't watch those 2 episodes every week, and I'm like, nah, I'm still doing it because it don't distract me from my obsession because I'm still getting what I need to get done, and my obsession is still with making content. And right now, it's focused on my physique. Like, I'm going on a bulk right now, so I'm honestly, I've been procrastinating creating content on that. I am going to start making content on that very soon. So watch this space for that. But yeah, cultivate your obsession. That allows you to build on your passion and hopefully, one point in time, monetize on it, and you will live a life where it's exactly what you would want to live, rather than just doing it half-assed. Doing it half-assed, you're gonna get half-assed results, and there's no point in doing anything half-assed. For example, for me with this bulk, I've always hated tracking my food. Like I've despised tracking. Like, but because I'm doing it seriously, I'm locking in. I've tracked it consistently for 2 days. 2 days ain't a lot, but trust me, when I say I'm gonna be consistent with it, I'm going to be consistent with it because I'm gonna obsess over it to the point where my results will speak for itself. So that's where I guess this thought train kind of came from. That's what I really have to say on this cultivating obsession type of thing. If I have anything more to say, I'll always just make another video. Appreciate you guys watching. Stay ambitious and subscribe if you want. I'll catch you guys in my next video.